Hello, Amber.
And hello, Jen.
I always want to just
Hello.
like dance.
We should
Oh my
continue.
goodness, you guys. Today we're going to be talking about it's basically a Billionaires of Manhattan series. This is book 2, interconnected, so you don't have to read one to get the other, but it's enjoyable if you do. We did not. We just started with the
Sorry,
second
you.
book because Amber loves me and she knows I love a good billionaire romance book. And so,
Sure.
of course, that's what we read. We just needed palate cleansers. We're very much into palate cleansers in between the sort of harder to read books like the really in depth fantasy type books.
Fantasy.
So, this book
Exactly.
is The Billionaire's Wake Up Call Girl by Annika Martin. So, here's the blurb. So, my manager drops this easy task in my lap: find a new wake up call service for our CEO. I mean, how hard could it be, right? Answer: basically impossible. Turns out every wake up call company in the city has heard of him, and they all politely said, no, thank you. His charm is selective. I love that word. So instead of getting fired, I go rogue. I start dialing every single morning at 4:30 a.m. sharp. Yes, 4:30 in the morning. The kind of hour that makes you wonder if you've lost your damn mind. Full disclosure, I'm not a gentle 4:30 a.m. human. Get up, you sleepy legend is usually how I would begin. Somehow, or wake up, asshole. Like, she's pretty blunt and I love it. It's usually how she begins. Somehow he eats it up. Maybe he likes blunt better than sweet at that hour. Those calls shift, little jokes, tiny confessions, the kind of late night, early morning talk that feels private and electric. Not explicit, but just a spark that keeps you checking the phone. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on my desk in my favorite frumpy dress, pretending everything's normal. He hears a confident, sultry voice every morning, and he has no idea it's me hiding behind sensible shoes and bad coffee. Plot twist: now he wants to meet. He's hiring private detectives or whatever overachieving billionaires do in Manhattan, and I'm here doing the math. How long can I keep playing secret waker upper before this whole thing blows up? I don't know, but it's thrilling, messy, and totally my problem now. It was cute. I thought,
All I gotta say is, good morning, motherfucker.
yes, she
I was like,
and those
well,
calls take a real deep dive into sexting, but or I guess what's sexting when you're actually talking and not texting?
phone sex.
Thank you. Phone sex. Couldn't think of the word.
So,
Clearly, I haven't done a lot of it.
so this is basically the Billionaire's Wake Up Call is an enemies to lovers rom-com standalone, right? And it's a romantic comedy book for readers who love to laugh. I would just say that.
It would be, I could picture
like,
it as a movie, and those are kind of my favorite in this genre.
yeah, you could definitely picture it as in the movie. And so she does come off as this, like, I want to say a couple of things. So she's working for this company. She's down on her luck. She lost like her bakery.
Yes.
And
We love a good bakery in a book, folks. We do.
I don't know why.
I love it. That and a bookstore. I'm all down for those.
Oh my God. It's like every Omegaverse, right?
I know.
So this girl, she was in this horrible relationship. The guy swindles her out of all this money, made her lose her business, which was a bakery that specialized in unusual day celebrations, like
Yeah.
Happy Pug Day or Happy Lawnmower Cutting the Grass Day. Like it was really
Yeah.
crazy, and I love that. I love that.
So
little
unique.
Genius idea. So she is working for this company so that she can make enough money because this bastard of an ex-boyfriend swindled her, like I said, out of all her money, but also made her in debt for a loan shark while he took off to like the islands, right? So she had like come up with all this money, and she's like, if I work for this company,
like on a contract. Yep.
Yeah, for 30 days, I can get the sign-on bonus, which will pay the loan sharks, which will help me get out. So that's all she wants to do. And then she's going to go back home to her family in where she live, like Nebraska.
Somewhere. I work at the pizza store, her family's pizza store, to pay off everything and come back to open again.
Get more money to get her bakery again. So she's like, I could do that for like a year and a half and then come back and open my bakery. So this is the girl's goal. And so she's working for this company, and it's a genius chemist CEO who is a billionaire.
Searching for solutions to medical issues.
He's trying to,
medical equipment
to get
company.
like, medical patent for this Band-Aid that can be used to clot without water or without any. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's like doing all this stuff, and she's kind of like set up to do the social media managing and strategizing. However, her boss, not her boss, which is a male main character, but her boss of the little
marketing department. Marketing.
Thank you. She is in love with the CEO, and
she loves to take credit too for everyone's work, which already pisses me off so bad. So bad.
Only your work, and like, God, we stop. Who cares? I
am the same. I don't get it. In fact, I get joy from saying so and so on my team did this, and it's so great. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Celebrate other.
I hired that great person. It makes you look good too. Get over it.
So she, like, on day one, our female main character catches the eye of the boss because she's snarky and she doesn't like grovel to him and kiss his ass like everybody else. Her marketing boss was like, oh no, your dress is too revealing, which it was like a pantsuit or something.
Come on. She noticed that the CEO noticed her, that the girl that works for her, and she was like, oh no, that's my in. You're not going to get him. And makes her wear something frumpy.
Frumpy, like little house on the prairie outfits. And so she like keeps her head down. She's like, I just got to do this. And I think she has like 1 week left. Like in the book, she's like, I'm just counting just 4 days, 3 days. And then
so full countdown, because she doesn't like working for this company. They're not.
She doesn't like working for, well, she wants her bakery, but she doesn't like how everybody kisses ass to him.
And also like at a deeper level, he does not want the type of marketing that works. He's like, what we do should be enough. You don't need to put families on there or whatever. And she's like, but you're helping people live that would normally die. Like, she gives like multiple ideas and keeps getting shot down. And I'm like,
I knew you would love that
dumb.
part.
It is my fic. That was really fun to read, that part.
So how they get involved and how the story comes, it's like Jen says, she ends up being his wake-up call girl, but and the first one was an accident. She ends up like bitching to her friend about it. And then he's like, wait, what? Hello? And like, she realizes she said all these hurtful, mean things to him.
Oh, so they were doing like what she thought was role playing. Okay, so what will you say? Well, I'll say, wake up, asshole, right? But when her
wake up,
motherfucker. But when she gives the phone to her friend, gives her the phone, she thinks she's role playing, and he's on the phone.
And that's how it starts. And he actually likes her sass, and he like craves it.
He wants to be told what to do.
I love the banter on the phone. I loved how obsessed he was becoming and like how he couldn't focus on anything.
So obsessed.
I loved how she was intelligent and creative in her own way.
Yes, a badass.
But people made him become more playful and not take himself so seriously and not to be rigid on these phone calls. And then, yes, they get spicy towards the ends. Yeah. I will say, like, for every romantic book, right, there's always like a third act breakup. This one was a molehill. It was like not even, it was like,
it was interesting enough to keep me reading, but it wasn't like to get mad and go, oh my God, come on, don't like we hate miscommunication. And usually third act breakups have a big form of miscommunication, and this did not.
And there's no cheating, and there is a little bit of other woman drama, I guess, like a smidge.
Yeah, there's impersonating.
And it really, that part I put down the book and I got so angry.
I was complaining to my husband, I'm all, this bitch, she was being
oh my God, it was only one chapter, but that whole chapter, I put the book down. I was like, I don't know if I can do it.
And if it went on multiple chapters,
I would have stopped.
I would have put the book down. It was a perfect amount of pissing me off to keep me engaged.
And the fact that the guy recognized that this is an imposter was,
which is what you want for the guy that you like. Yes.
I was like, yes, that's not her, you fucking heifer.
Okay. Spice level.
Okay. Can I just say that I don't know. This was very odd. Before we talk about spice level.
Okay.
And I told this to my hubster and he was like, I don't understand you. But reading about someone reading about phone sex
is uncomfortable.
It was highly uncomfortable for me. But we can read about them doing the deed.
Yes.
But reading about them talking about doing the deed was really uncomfortable.
Yes.
I have no idea why.
I mean, I find it uncomfortable in movies too. I'm just saying, like, I've seen movies where they're having like phone sex, and I like it when it's funny, like the weird things that happen that the other person doesn't know happened. That was not the situation.
No, this is like real intense. No, it's just like, oh, I don't know. How much longer? Like,
speed through.
Right, let's wrap this up. And there was text messaging in here, and I liked it, but it was like sometimes I just got really uncomfortable, which is weird. It's weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, because we're not uncomfortable reading about sex scenes,
uncomfortable talking about it,
or talking about it. But reading
about
it feels like you know why? Because it feels like I'm a voyeur, and like I'm watching without them knowing, and that feels icky to me. But everyone has different types of.
We can read it, so we can read them doing it.
I don't get it.
But I don't know. I don't think it's a book thing.
But it was also
something about reading.
It was a big part of the story, and it happened multiple times, but it wasn't like long amounts where it wasn't worth reading, if that makes sense. Because I kept reading.
I kept reading. I was like, I was squirmy, and I was like, I don't. And I was like, I don't know what it is. Reading about people talking about phone sex.
It was I
got squirmy. So I feel like that puts it a little bit lower on my list for spice, and that's why I had to say that.
Lower on spice. Interesting.
Because it made me squirmy. Like, enjoy it. So I don't know. I think it's like a 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was going between a 2 and a 3. There were enough sex scenes. There was enough that it was a 3 for sure. Right. But it felt kind of 2-ish in that it was phone sex. It was just different. I don't know. It wasn't my thing.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Overall, so I can't even remember the spice scenes. I remember the story.
Yeah. There were only a couple. So I think,
overall, I thought it was a really enjoyable because I loved her sass
and her brilliance too. Like I love a strong female character. She was not like most people would be hindered if their boyfriend stole money from them enough that the bakery shut down and she owes a ton of money and a loan shark is after her because of him. Some people would be like, I'm done with that dream. Not her. She's like, I'm opening, like, so I love that.
She was stubborn to a fault, and and that's where the third act breakup comes in. But I was like, dude, suck up your pride. But if I was in her shoes, I probably would have said the same thing. So I thought it was really enjoyable. I think, and I will say this, I thought it was really enjoyable, and I thought it was a unique take on a meet cute, right? I never heard of a wake up call girl.
Never. And in the book, by the way, goes through and like she even says, why does he need a wake up call? We've got like our cell phones, we've got we've got all these things that can wake us up. Why does he want a person? Like, which is exactly what I thought. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. But I kind of think they have to keep calling back until he
correct,
because I can hit snooze.
And she kept saying when he was complaining about her style in the beginning, she kept saying, but you're awake, right? Like I did my job.
It's an effective, efficient way. And I liked how whenever she wanted to end the conversation with him, she had this thing where like, and the weather at JFK is 40 and drizzly. And she would just hang out.
It was so good.
Like,
It was
like,
good.
and he'd like, no, and he'd be like, no, 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 don't say the weather. Like, he knew as soon as she said the weather, conversation was done, and I really like that. So I think it's a 4.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
it's
a
solid.
4 to me. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice, quick read.
I think it's one of my favorite billionaire romances that we've read.
That's saying something because that's not your fave. So
It's not my genre. I think this one and the one where
you
the
like
guy
smart
was
women. If it's smart women with the billionaire, you're okay. Sassy.
I like
You're right. But I
snarking
think
and
to
smart.
be snarky, you do have to have some intelligence, I think. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, I like intelligent, snarky women.
yes.
Like,
Yeah, badass women for sure. Those are our
and
jam.
like stand on their own. And like, she's like, F you, I don't need you. I want you, but I don't need you. And I like that.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 too. I thought it was wonderful. Of course, we love the strong female characters, and he was kind of yummy. So that was nice. It was yummy.
He was smart
And
too.
smart
Like, he was a
too, yeah.
scientist over like
Yeah.
scientist. So.
All right. Well, thanks for
right.
tuning in, babes. If you loved hanging out with us today, don't forget to check the show notes for all the juicy details and the links.
You can also discover your next book boyfriend with our epic quiz, which is linked in the show notes. And of course, follow us for more spicy reads, hot takes, and unfiltered fun. Until then, stay morally gray.
Bye.